Good afternoon. My name is Dean Smith. I'm the Chief of Police for the City of Oshkosh. We also have the School Superintendent, Dr. Vicki Cartwright, to my left, who will be giving some remarks after I complete my remarks. To spell my name, it's Dean Smith, D-E-A-N-S-M-I-T-H. So, I'd like to begin by stating that the information that we are providing today is very preliminary, and the investigation into this incident is ongoing. Today at 9:12 a.m., Winnebago County Sheriff's Communications Center received a radio transmission from the school resource officer at Oshkosh West High School, located at 375 North Eagle Street. The radio transmission was garbled, but they were able to hear from the officer who called for help and to send an ambulance. The first responding officer arrived on scene at 9:14 a.m. That's 2 minutes after the call for help, and made immediate entry into the school. It is believed that he went to the school resource officer's location to assist. Additional officers arrived, and the school implemented ALICE procedures, including lockdown. It was determined that there was an altercation at the SRO's office between the officer and a 16-year-old student. Initial reports saw that the student produced a weapon and stabbed the officer, at which time the officer fired on the student, striking the student one time. Life-saving measures were provided to both the officer and the suspect in this incident. Officers arriving began to clear the school and ensure the safety of all of the students and school staff. The school was declared secure at 11:18 a.m. A reunification point was established at Perry Tippler Middle School in order to bring parents and students back together. We appreciate the response from our parents and their understanding of the seriousness of this incident and their patience through this process. We anticipate the reunification of parents and their children will be completed no later than 2 p.m. today. There are approximately 1,700 students who attend Oshkosh West High School, as well as numerous teachers and staff members. We believe that there was only one suspect involved in this incident, and this incident was isolated to this encounter. Both the officer and the student were transported to a local hospital and are being treated at this time. Due to the nature of this incident, the investigation has been turned over to the State Department of Criminal Investigations, who will conduct the investigation. It is estimated that there was at least 75 officers from the area on scene. And finally, I would like to thank our partners in public safety and the school district: Oshkosh Fire and Rescue, Winnebago County Sheriff's Department, UWO Police, Neenah Police, Winneconne, Omro, Menasha Police, Wisconsin State Patrol, and the Department of Criminal Investigations, as well as Winnebago County District Attorney. We also received numerous offers of assistance from surrounding law enforcement agencies, and their support is appreciated. I would like to say to the Oshkosh community that the safety of our students is paramount to all of us. We care deeply for the well-being of each of our students, and our officers will do whatever it takes to ensure the safety of those students and the staff at the schools. We ask that you keep our students and our officers and first responders in your thoughts as we also work to bring normalcy to our communities as well. Dr. Cartwright.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Cartwright. I do have with me my board president, Dr. Barbara Herzog, and my board vice president, Kelly Olmstead. Today's incident was a contained situation. First and foremost, we are so grateful for the proactive safety measures in place throughout our district, as well as our partnership with local and state law enforcement. Our students and staff followed our emergency protocols, including our ALICE protocols of alert, lockdown, inform, counter, and evacuate. We are very thankful for our community partners who took students into their facilities for those individuals that chose to evacuate during today's event. Again, West High School students were evacuated to a reunification site at Perry Tippler Middle School. Students were released to their parents as soon as possible, following the district's reunification protocol used when a school has to be evacuated. We are very grateful to the families of Oshkosh West students for following our safety procedures and their patience and cooperation during the reunification process. Our students' safety is our #1 priority. We are committed to providing a school environment where students can feel safe in mind and body. Today's tragic event shows that school resource officers can help save lives. We are grateful for our partnership with our local law enforcement agencies, as well as our trained staff and proactive approach to emergency response within the Oshkosh Area School District. School tomorrow will be canceled. I won't repeat that. Schools will be canceled for all Oshkosh Area School District schools on Wednesday, December the 4th, 2019. We will be communicating with families later today about counseling services that will be available on Wednesday and in the coming days. We will continue to communicate information to our families and ask that all district families check their IC parent portal accounts for additional information. This information will also be available on the district's website as well as our Facebook page. Thank you.
Dr. Cartwright and I will be available for brief questions, and please understand, as it relates to your questions, this is very early. We won't be able to give you any information related to the investigation. I apologize for that, but as you know, the sensitivity of this investigation, we want to make sure that DCI has the opportunity to get it right. So we'll take a few questions.
Chief, you said that they were
one at a time, please. One at a time,
Chief,
sir.
you said that they were in the SRO's office when this altercation took place?
That is our understanding, yes.
Do you know what they were doing?
Not at this time. That's part of the investigation.
Did he have a weapon? Or you said that he had a weapon, but was that weapon a knife? You said that he was stabbed. What?
It's our belief that it was an edged weapon at this time.
Edged weapon, you're not calling it a knife?
At this time, I don't have that information.
Conditions of the officer and the students.
Both the officer and the student are being treated right now at a local hospital. We believe that their injuries are not life-threatening.
Chief, we heard from students outside the middle school that there was rumors spreading around inside the student body. There was warning over social media, more specifically Snapchat. Have you all found anything that may indicate there was a threat prior to this attack?
And that's still a part of the investigation. I can't speak to that at this time.
Was the
Dr.
suspect a
Cartwright, you
student?
talked
Hold
about
on one second.
choosing
Yeah.
to evacuate. Can you explain that? In your opening statement, you talked about people who chose to evacuate.
So during the ALICE protocol, ALICE, when we train for this, there are such times where it is more practical to evacuate versus going into a lockdown situation. So rather than keeping students in a facility in a lockdown situation and there is a potential person with a weapon, if you are at a position within that facility in order to evacuate, to remove yourself from harm, that is the proper protocol to utilize at that time.
So some of the students did that, and some then hunkered down in their classrooms. We got that information from students, but is that your understanding that it was a mix of responses?
That is correct, and that is exactly what ALICE calls for. And as we know from the research across the entire nation at this point in time, the traditional lockdown method is not necessarily the best method in order to keep students safe. That is why we continuously do training with our students and our staff related to these ALICE protocols.
Chief,
The officer stabbed officer, like, was a
Hold on one second.
current or former police.
Can you state that again, please?
Yeah, the school resource officer at the school, is he a current or former police officer?
All school resource officers that are in the Oshkosh Area School District that are within the city of Oshkosh are current Oshkosh police officers. Yes, sir.
Was he stabbed in the left or the right?
I'm not going to speak to his injuries at this time.
Was the suspect a current student?
Dr. Cartwright?
The suspect is, yes, a current student at Oshkosh West High School.
Have any other schools received threats? We've also heard rumors that someone said Oshkosh North is next. Do you have anything?
It's our understanding that there may be some additional rumors of threats out there. We're still investigating that at this time.
Do you believe that this may have been inspired possibly by yesterday's attack in Waukesha?
That would be a part of the investigation. I can't speak to that.
what kind of conversation should parents, guardians be having with their kids right now?
I think that both the parents and their family members, and this is resonating throughout law enforcement community, throughout the school district, and throughout all the community that embraces all of our students. We care about you. We want you to be safe, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that you're going to be okay. This is a tragedy. This is something that no school district, no city, no community wants to face. But together, we're going to come through. We're going to make everybody whole.
Do you know what kind of firearm the SRO uses?
The SRO would carry a 9mm.
Is there only one? Is this the only one at that high school?
That is correct.
Do we believe the resource officer acted appropriately?
That's a part of the investigation at this time, and I can't speak to that.
Chief, the student involved, had he previously shot out windows of a car on school property.
Well, that would be a part of the investigation, and I don't have that information. It's still really early in this investigation to share that with you.
Has the student had history at the school in the past? I'm hearing that he may have been in and out of school getting in trouble.
Well, again, that's going to be a part of the whole package. I wish I could answer that question for you. We're about 4 hours into this, and hopefully some additional information will be coming out for you at a later time.
Chief, I know you talked about
Just one last
Snapchat a
question,
little
okay?
bit. Was this a hear something, say something, were other students alerted to it and went to the resource officer saying, hey, there might be a problem on social media? Was this a see something?
Part of the investigation. I really wish I could tell you that. I don't have that.
Shots were fired by the officer?
Not at this time. All right, thank you very much, and we hope that in the near future we'll be able to have some updates for you from DCI. Thank you.
Thank you.